Hey guys, Jimmy Davis here. Still squatting in Stu's old YTP news building. I had originally intended to do this video in live action in front of a blue screen, but I'm just too lazy to get that all set up, recorded, and edited. So this is just the easier option. Anyway, let's move on to what this video is all about. For quite a few years now, I've been sitting on the idea of challenging other YTPers to do their best attempt at creating a YTP in a way that imitates my own style of pooping. I've just always thought it'd be fun to see what elements of my videos stand out the most to people and how they'd go about trying to recreate those elements themselves. So, on November 23rd, I finally created an announcement video for the Poop Like Jimmy challenge over on Twitter to see who'd be up for the challenge and what they'd ultimately come up with. Now, this being a Twitter exclusive challenge with a relatively short deadline, it wasn't a huge turnout, but I did get a total of 17 submissions, which was more than enough to pick some winners. So there will be a total of 6 YTPs that I'll be showing you in this video. 3 honorable mentions that are genuinely good YTPs, but don't quite feel related to my editing style, and 3 winners that do actually feel like something that I might make myself. Obviously, the point of the challenge was to make something resembling my work, and not necessarily to make the best possible YTP, so keep in mind while I'm listing these off that I'm listing them in order of least to most similar to my editing style, and not necessarily in order of ascending quality. Also, I'll be linking to each entrant's Twitter and YouTube accounts down in the description, so please be sure to check them out if you like what you see here and you're not already following or subscribed to them. So, let's move on to the honorable mentions then. Remember that these 3 videos are YTPs that I think are good in their own right, but not really that good as stylistic imitations of my own videos. But I did still at least try to arrange them in order of least to most similar to my videos. So, kicking off the honorable mentions list at number 3 is CaptPan6, also CaptPan6 on YouTube. This is a fun, funny, fast-paced YTP with a ton of quotable moments that I thoroughly enjoy. The reason it's at the bottom of the list, though, is because I honestly can't find any real similarities between this YTP and anything that I've ever made. The closest thing that I can think of is that it does make heavy use of CDI, which, if you somehow haven't noticed by now, is something that I tend to enjoy using myself. So, a great YTP that I do highly recommend watching, but I don't think I ever would have been able to guess that it was supposed to be an imitation of my videos.
Check, 1, 2. Hey, want a course? Jesus.
Here I come to save the day.
Get out! Get the fuck out! You done goofed! I'm reporting you to cyberpolice. If you bring me 50 shades darker, I will gladly read the sexist verse. Your Majesty, Ganon is having a seizure.
Diarrhea!
What about that?
Your Majesty, Ganon and his minions have seized Cleveland.
I don't care.
It is written, only Lupe Fiasco can defeat Kanye.
Lupe still like Lupin.
Moving on to honorable mention number 2, we have Gaming Pro 7203, or just Gaming Pro on YouTube. So, I get comments on literally every single CDI video that I make from people telling me that it reminds them of something out of 2007 or 2008, seemingly solely because of the CDI source. And while I get that this is generally intended as a compliment, it still bugs me that people seem to have the mindset that CDI YTPs only existed, or at least were only good, within that specific time frame. I tell you all this to make it clear that when I say that this submission reminds me of a 2008 YTP, I'm not just saying that because of the use of CDI. Something about the simplistic story and visual editing just really reminds me of something akin to The King Gets a Car, or maybe some of the early Link and the Hyrule Gang episodes. So definitely a very fun, nostalgic YTP, but like the last submission, not really all that similar to anything that I've made.
We'll squat here.
Try all took long enough.
It is not my fault. Link had to take off that shit for 3 seconds. I do love maze of smoke. Shut the fuck up, Link. Hey, how about a snack?
You shut street dinner, not to go.
But I'm still hungry.
I don't get a shit if you're still not getting snacks.
I guess I'd better get going.
puberty, pumpkin me, get back here, and Eddie. I wonder how well the movie. Boy, that's not much people here. I wonder what.
The movie is about to start.
Don't you touch me, you evil fuckface. How the you face this hard thing?
Time to take a piss.
Goddammit, Link, we just sat down for a second and you already have to eat up.
It's quite a miss. Now get
Yes, let's wash this, shall we? I'm going to.
And taking first place for the honorable mentions, we have SLBtweet, or SLBtweet here on YouTube. I'm sure I completely butchered that pronunciation, but I did my best based on Google Translate. So this is yet another CDI YTP, although I think this one is more comparable to my style than the last one was, if only for the fact that the visuals keep that sharp, upscaled pixel look that I like to use in my videos, and the frame rate is lowered to be pretty close to the original 10 frames per second of the CDI. This one almost actually made the top 3 winners lists, but there were a couple things that held it back for me. The one main reason for why it's down here in the honorable mentions is that the majority of the dialogue here is AI text-to-speech. Maybe I'm just a stubborn old pooper stuck in the ways of the past, but I just really strongly dislike how CDI text-to-speech sounds. Some characters are better than others, but for the most part it just comes off as very flat and lifeless. I'm definitely not going to tell anybody that they're a fake pooper or whatever for using text-to-speech, and I obviously do not encourage anybody else to do anything similar, but still, I just have a hard time seeing past that and being able to fully immerse myself into the video when it relies on text-to-speech. Again, maybe I'm just not keeping up with where poop is headed, and maybe someday I'll completely change my mind on the topic, but as of right now, I just really have a strong dislike for CDI text-to-speech. Either way though, at the very least, I can still thoroughly enjoy and recommend this YTP for the visuals alone.
Thornham, what's up, my dude?
I'm just pondering my orb.
Cool! You can play music with that!
Of course. Alexa, start my playlist.
Of course, my friend. What the fuck is that bullshit?
Oh boy! Yeah!
This music sounds balls.
Huh?
Your Highness,
What?
you dropped this king.
How sweet.
Your Majesty,
Hmm?
you rubbish head.
And with that, we move on to the top 3 winners of the Poop Like Jimmy challenge. Once again, I want to remind you that all of these YTPs are in order of how well I feel they imitate my own style of pooping. So it's very possible that you'll end up thinking that the honorable mentions list was made up of better YTPs than the actual winners list was. And that's perfectly fine, because that's not what this challenge was about. So, taking the 3rd place bronze medal for the Poop Like Jimmy challenge, we have smoopadoop, or Smoop, here on YouTube. Surprisingly, the only VeggieTales YTP submitted to the challenge. I really don't have much specific to say about this one, aside from, yeah, that's about right. It feels very much like my older stuff from around 2016 or so, but with a few references and quotes that I definitely wouldn't have used back then when I was a pussy-ass motherfucker who was too afraid to say the funny fuck words. Apparently this YTPer's already made a YTP of this specific VeggieTales episode specifically in the style of my videos, so I checked that out, and I think that one's a bit more accurate to my style when compared to this one, but I guess all the obvious Jimmy D jokes were already used there. This one's still pretty good though.
What's good, motherfucker?
Oh shit! What's good, home slash?
Give me the cotton. No,
Oh yeah!
give me the cotton.
Here you go.
Give me the VeggieTales.
What?
I said, give me the cotton.
No, hey, no, hey!
Here you go.
Call me!
A wise man once said, great penis. Some achieve and some thrust penis.
Fix this damn door!
Okay. Your Highness, the king was wondering...
If you could reuse content from that other video where you pretended to be Jimmy Davis.
Yeah, baby!
Don't come!
Make me a sandwich.
Peas.
Now wait a minute. Essie.
Yeah?
Well, let me see if I got this. You saw your friend steal an apple.
That was cotton shit. I'm never coming.
Don't come!
That was fucking shit.
And taking the second place silver medal in the Poop Like Jimmy challenge, we have Mitchell001, or Mega Mitch here on YouTube. Okay, at the risk of completely derailing this video, I want to sort of pause here and point out that this YTP is coming from somebody who isn't even a YTPer. The only non-YTPer on this list, actually, so there's a good chance that you've never heard of him before or never would otherwise. So, probably more so than anyone else on this list, please do not neglect checking out his channel. He primarily makes commentary and review videos, which obviously isn't exactly an untapped genre here on YouTube, but I do think that he has his own distinct style that makes it worth at least checking out if you have any interest at all in those types of videos. I've personally been a subscriber of his for quite a few years now, and it's ridiculous seeing how little attention his work gets compared to what he actually deserves. He definitely doesn't have the most consistent upload schedule, but it's clear that he never half-asses anything that he makes. And, to segue back into the Poop Like Jimmy challenge, I think his full-assed work ethic is very clearly on display with this submission. This was the first submission that I received that actually seemed to capture a lot of the more subtle aspects of my YTPs. It's not one of the funnier submissions, or even one of the more visually impressive submissions, but it really nails all of the more minor details, all while using mostly sources that I've never used before.
Ugh, game dude. Ew. What?
Barbie is one of those shitty games.
Get the fuck off my dick! Ugh. The angry video game, dude!
No.
You are connected, place.
You bastard.
I'm sorry. Irate Gamer. I want to talk. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Not you!
What made him this gay? What is the attraction to Sonic pornography?
You better answer this. You have to answer that question. You have to answer that question when you go into that kind of territory.
And taking the #1 gold medal spot on the Poop Like Jimmy challenge is NDMytp, or NDM64 on YouTube. I know I said that this wasn't a contest to see who could make the best overall YTP, but it just so happens that the winner is also the best YTP out of all the others submitted. Dominic really did a fantastic job with taking multiple specific sources and editing techniques from my past YTPs and compiling them all into a YTP that still manages to completely hold up on its own. It's clear that nearly everything in the YTP is in some way drawing inspiration from my videos, which is why I took first place, but I'm pretty sure that even if you've never heard of me or my poops before, the experience of watching this YTP would still be just as enjoyable. I could go on pointing out all of the specific things that the video gets right and all the little minor references and such, but I think I'll just sit back and let the video speak for itself.
Hi, Billy Mays here to share with you,
This isn't me.
This is you.
I guarantee.
Okay.
Anyway.
What do you do when you want crack, but we hermit says
This crack is really bad.
you get Mighty Tape to make that hassle go away for good?
I'm the son! Oh no!
Hey man, did you just swear?
I said asshole.
Well, I'm sorry to disturb you.
Crack time. Amazing.
If you do drugs, Captain Lou Albano can and will kill you.
Then Billy may take back somehow, so I can keep making this poop.
I'm seeing double here.
No, that's 3 glorious mazes.
I can't count.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Billy Mays there.
Hi, it's Billy.
Billy Mays here for the Heracles hook. One of the fastest and easiest ways.
I don't want that.
What?
No!
Fun fact. Did you know?
Billy Mays has the muscle to push and hold Super Mario.
What are you doing? What's going on here?
Squish it and squash it. Press and cook delicious free burgers with ease. For that forget it bullshit.
You call them Mario burgers despite the fact they are obvious to
Luigi? Order right now.
What?
American advertising.
I get it.
Alright, that wraps up the first, and hopefully not last, Poop Like Jimmy challenge. Maybe now that you've all seen the honorable mentions and the top 3 winners, you'll kind of get more of a feel for what I was going for with this challenge. So if I do another one of these in the future, maybe you'll have some inspiration for what you can do. I have absolutely no idea if or when I'll ever do another one of these, but for now, this was definitely a lot of fun. Seemed like all the people who joined had a lot of fun, and hopefully you had fun watching it as well. Anyway, I think I'm going to end off the video here with one final reminder for you all to please go check the description where you'll find all the links to the Twitter and YouTube accounts of everybody who was on this list. If there was anybody on this list at all that you enjoyed and you're not subscribed or following them, please go do that right now. So with that, I'll sign off, and I hope to see you all back here in this location whenever I end up getting around to making my favorite YTPs of 2021. Hopefully it won't take me until midway through the year this time around, but I guess we'll see.